Long ago, in Japan, a boy began to dream. His name is Hayao Miyazaki. Even as a child, he was different from other boys. While they played games or watched cartoons, he spent hours drawing, observing clouds, and imagining flying machines. He loved to watch birds glide across the sky, and he would often try to capture their grace with pencils and paper. His mother, noticing his curiosity, would sometimes leave him alone in the garden to explore, saying, "Look closely, and you will see the world in ways no one else can." As he grew up, Miyazaki never lost his sense of wonder. He studied political science at university, but his heart always belonged to animation. He took inspiration from everything around him. The forests near his home, the sound of the rain against the rooftops, and even the smell of freshly baked bread. Friends would laugh at his fascination with ordinary things, but he believed that magic could be found in the smallest details. Miyazaki is not a man who follows the crowd. He dislikes computers and modern shortcuts. He believes that when a hand draws a line, a soul hides in it. He works every day, from the soft light of morning to the quiet darkness of midnight. His studio is filled with sketches, small toys, and objects he collects on walks: a feather, a shell, a broken toy. Each one has a story. Each one inspires a new world. He does not draw for money or fame. He draws to capture life, to preserve its beauty and honesty. He often walks alone through the streets of Tokyo, observing children playing, listening to the chatter of people, and staring at clouds drifting across the sky. Every little detail, every fleeting moment becomes a seed for his imagination. Once, he spent an entire afternoon watching a girl skip stones across a pond, studying the way the water rippled. That single afternoon later became the inspiration for a scene in one of his films. In the year 2001, Miyazaki gave the world a gift, Spirited Away. He created it for the children who were growing up too fast, for those who were losing their courage and their dreams. He wanted to remind them, gently, don't forget who you are. The story is magical, yet it reflects the real world, the challenges, the fears, and the growth that everyone experiences. The story tells of a little girl named Chihiro. She enters a strange world after crossing a dark, quiet tunnel. Shadows stretch across the walls, and distant lights glimmer like tiny stars. Her parents are turned into pigs, and she must find a way to save them. But to survive in this new world, she must first remember her name. Every step she takes is filled with uncertainty, yet she keeps moving forward, one careful step at a time. This world of spirits is not so different from ours. There are people who work too hard, who forget kindness, and who desire more than they truly need. The bathhouse, full of noise, gold, and bustling energy, mirrors our busy cities. In the film, names are power. When Chihiro loses her name, she almost forgets who she is. Miyazaki wanted to remind us that when we lose our true selves, we also become trapped, just like in the spirit world. Chihiro is not a superhero. She doesn't fight monsters with swords, nor does she fly through the sky. But she is brave in a quiet way. She listens carefully, works diligently, and helps those in need. She keeps her promises, even when it is difficult. That is Miyazaki's kind of hero. Ordinary, gentle, but full of heart. The bathhouse is a place of transformation. Each character there, from the mischievous spirits to the hard-working staff, has a story to tell. Miyazaki shows us that courage is not loud or violent. It is the quiet choice to do the right thing, even when no one is watching. Chihiro learns this through small acts, cleaning, helping, standing up when needed, until she realizes that these small steps are what make her strong. When Chihiro finally leaves the spirit world, she looks back once. The world behind her disappears, like a dream fading in the morning light. Yet she is no longer the same girl. She has grown, learned, and remembered the truth of who she is. Miyazaki leaves us a message. Every journey changes you, even if no one else can see it. Miyazaki once said, "The world is full of sorrow, but it is also full of beauty." He teaches us that growing up does not mean becoming hard or indifferent. It means learning to be kind, to pay attention, and to care, even when the world is confusing or unfair. So when you feel lost, remember Chihiro's journey. Remember the courage to keep walking, the kindness to keep loving, and the heart to stay true, because the one who created Chihiro's world also lives by those same words. Even after decades of work, Miyazaki has tried to retire more than once. Each time, he said he was tired and wanted to rest, but after a while, he always came back with a new story, a new dream, and the same shining eyes of that boy who once loved to draw. In 2023, he returned again with The Boy and the Heron, a film that reminded the world he never truly stopped. For Miyazaki, drawing is not just a job. It is the way he breathes, the way he speaks to the world. He once said, "If you don't take dreams seriously, life will lose its meaning." And maybe that is why his stories never grow old. They belong to every child who still dares to dream, and to every adult who is trying to remember who they used to be. Miyazaki himself has never forgotten. He is still chasing the wind, still drawing the light, still whispering through his worlds, "Don't forget who you are."